hearing our people down there.
Good morning. We will, of course, wait for people to kind of arrive. We were a little bit late ourselves. Let's see here. So what are we going to be talking about today?
Where's your unicorn cat?
Well, we're looking for a unicorn cat to begin with. I believe it is in the bedroom.
I think maybe.
Or in the media room.
Bedroom or media room?
Have Brad find it.
It's a unicorn cat?
Yes, it's the little one.
It's the new one, honey.
We thought we had him out of the house. Not so much. Unicorn cat. It's very important.
It's been a real struggle this morning.
Some days, I mean, she pops out of bed and no problemo.
Well, this wasn't one of those.
No, it was not.
So what are we going to do today?
Well, are you on?
Am I on?
Yeah, are you seeing the...
I'm seeing.
All right, well, I'll let you come over here.
What am I going to do?
Just chat and put your hands in there and talk.
Oh, okay. Chat, put your hands in there. Well, let me see. What do I want to talk about? I'll just... I don't know how to talk about what she's got there, but I know how to talk about this. These are some brayer-offs. From my first session with the big plate. I'm saying big, it's the 12 by 12. And I know for some people that's probably
You
not
already talking about it? Wow.
big. Well, what did you want me to talk about?
Well, I don't know.
God,
You're
you
like,
can't
it's all about the jelly plate with
I'm-
Gigi.
Hey, this is what I know. This is what you know. We all have our areas of expertise.
I love though that you're like, hey, I'm just gonna jump in there and start talking about some
Hey,
jelly Britain.
you didn't give me any other instructions. You just laughed.
All right, guys. Well, good morning. I see that we might have a couple other people in the on the stream. If you are here, please let us know in the chat. In fact, I think P is running the chat over there a little bit, but I will also let us know.
Well, we have 3 people watching. Okay, don't be afraid to jump in.
Oh, are you on? You're just watching, or are you on the?
I'm on the live stream.
Well, yeah, but oh, you just heard me say that.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Wow.
The coffee has not kicked in. Like I said, we've had a little bit of a rough morning here. Okay. Well, just to kind of give an overview, today will be a little bit more chatty, but we are going to probably, in this little packet here, because we've already gone through it. In fact, Izzy has picked out a few things, and so those are probably MIA already, because that's what she does with stuff.
I was only able to recover one.
She has the little hidey places that she puts her things that she likes very much.
She
But
has
aren't we
good
all-
taste.
Yeah, she does. Aren't we all that way? Gigi does it.
Oh, please.
P does it. I do it. I certainly have my little things and then accidentally bring them out every once in a while, and then P is like, what?
Yeah, I had to take some away from her because I did not think she was going to use them properly.
Yeah. So anyway, so we are going to go through this packet here, and there are some fun things in that I want to put into my new little, I'm just so in love with this little, I guess it's kind of a junk journal. So here's something that I learned. So watching some other YouTube videos, and I'm pretty sure it was Nick the Booksmith that had a video, and she called it a Commonplace book. And that was the first time I'd actually heard that. But a commonplace book is really more or less what we do. We are less junk journal. I mean, we certainly use some junky bits here and there at times, but overall, this Commonplace book title or description is really what we do, because it includes things that you like. It could, like the songs, all the things that we do, like the quotes, the little poems, and it's a collection that you have put together in a book. And a lot of times it's like a field note thing or something of that nature. So it's usually, I think it tends to be smaller in size. So it's like those traveler notebooks, which if you're kind of new to this, or these are all things that we have learned over the last year for sure. Like the TN is a traveler's notebook. You might see that size. And that is that kind of smaller handheld. And I think there is an actual, measurement for it. But I don't remember that right offhand. So that Commonplace book description, it was a real, oh, that's what we're making. That's what we've been making all along. Because we've always struggled with that between our, it's not really art journaling in the sense that we journal in it every day. We create these books. We are little book creators. Certainly I am. P makes the art. She's just staring at me like, I don't know. Comment in the chat if you're...
Yeah, tell me if you want to see more of my gel plates. Prince, please.
If you're more interested in that. But if you are new here... and
don't be shy. Just jump right in.
Just jump right in. Start chatting with us in the chat. We love to hear from you. We are live at this moment in time. It is... What is today? Today is December 23rd?
Yeah, Christmas Eve Day is tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Wow.
Just really snuck up on us. Anyway, and if you are new to the channel, please take this opportunity to subscribe and ring the bell. We do these live sessions each week, at least on a Wednesday. I've been thinking about maybe sprinkling in some others here and there, but that's kind of dependent on the new year and what's going on with everything. But for sure, we do it at least once a week on Wednesdays, 10 a.m. This is our time slot. And we're also dropping a lot of just regular videos. Typically, I'm trying to get them up on Fridays, just the regular process videos. And then I have been going back sort of in the archives and putting up our little ones, the little shorts, because now YouTube allows shorts, and putting those in when I can. And they're lots of fun because they're usually just a little quick flip through. You can get an idea of some of the things that we have made in the past, and if you want to go back and see how it's made, most likely there is a process video to go along with it. I was a little bit sad about the we never recorded anything on the Polynesian, and a lot of people love that little journal now that they've seen it again with the little flip through. I'm like, yeah, sorry, I was kind of at a time where we were trying to figure out what type of video we were going to make.
Yeah, that was the transition point.
Yeah. Now, hey,
should we talk about, like, I don't know if we should bring this up, the modeling paste comparison.
Yeah, so some of the other things, kind of while we're waiting again for a few more people to show up, we have kind of two product videos that we will be doing in the new year. Who knows? It could still happen. No, it'll be in the new year.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just still trying to think,
you have
like,
to
how
make
many
your
days.
chart.
Yeah, I have one
Mariah's in charge of the chart.
Yeah, so when we do our product videos, we make charts. And I actually have...
And how I would do it was I'd just gather some bits and pieces and
she would
show you the jar and flip it on there.
This is one of the charts.
This is Mariah's chart.
Yes, for the clear gesso comparison that we did. And then here was the chart that we did for our acrylic medium comparison. And so we will be doing one for modeling, or what is the other name that... It was modeling paste and I don't know. See, this is why we need our chart.
It's where you use a stencil and you put stuff on there and it's raised up, right? Okay. Hey, and you know, those charts, you know, I might be denigrating them right now,
But I
but
tell
I'm
you what.
really not, because I think it's a great idea because you can sort of observe over time how these products hold up.
Yeah, because
And
that's,
there's really not a lot of information on longevity.
yeah, that's really funny because even when we pop these out each time, we're like, oh man, that's changed.
And-
Some of them really have, and then some of them haven't, which is also good news because that's what you want. Especially like over here on our, you know, our favorite, one of our favorite things is Mod Podge. If you're new to the channel, you will figure that out. But we've backed off it a little bit just because we have found some of these other products, and so we typically now just use Mod Podge to seal particular things versus kind of sealing the whole thing.
Yeah, especially things that are going to be touching each other.
Yeah. But like you can see how well
Problematic.
all of this stuff is really held up. Now, one of the things that like we learned in all of this is a lot of these mediums will pull certain things up, being either color or it spreads it. And so that was something that we were very interested in, even though a lot of people will use even like the clear mediums to just prep a surface. Well, that's one thing and that's great and all. But if you're layering, which is what we do, I mean, we are the...
Yeah, I'm into that.
We're very into layering. And one of the things that we use on a regular basis is printed papers. So we needed to know, like, if we were going to be adding any of these products to a printed page, this was really important information. You can see along here, because this top row is, we didn't put anything on it for comparison, so we know what it looks like. And so then you have this down there. Anyway, there's a whole other video that tells you all of that, but maybe what I should do is cut that out. It's the comparison in 5 minutes.
Robin says, hi guys, I've been here all along, but my tablet wouldn't let me chat. I feel for you. I do. I'm always having some kind of a glitch on that.
Okay, well, I wasn't sure you were here, so I didn't want to, jump into our Happy Mail situation. So since Robin's here, that's what we're going to do, because Robin is the one who sent us Happy Mail. Along with, we did get, actually I'm going to do this one first.
Okay.
The journal page. Because we're in this circle journal, and we have sent out... Let's see, 5, 7, 8, I believe.
I thought it was 8.
Yeah, we have sent out 8 of ours. I believe I'm waiting for 3 to arrive.
Yeah, and we're sending it to Europe.
Yeah, mostly in the UK. Like one's going to Scotland. The one in
Wales.
was it Switzerland? Netherlands. Sorry.
Netherlands.
That one arrived. So we're just waiting on some of those. I'm sure that I know even Robin, when she sent us this, she's like, man, it was supposed to be here like last week. It wasn't. And we've experienced the same thing. Even I had something going to Arizona, which I was like, I mean, most of the time, just in regular mail, it would have been there in like, 2 days. But even with it being tracked, it was almost a week late.
Yeah, I think if you don't have any real reason to send anything, I'd wait till after Christmas.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people were saying. Anyway, so that's kind of the gist of like what's happening with mail, and
COVID.
fingers crossed that things arrive and when they're gonna arrive. And it's very expensive right now. Holy cow.
Yeah, to
Like-
send to UK. Oh.
Yeah, we couldn't do any of the tracking business. That was gonna put us in the
Double digits.
Yes. So, this was our first one that arrived. And what's funny again is, like, this is how it happened with us. Our first one that we sent just arrived. I mean, there was like 2 others that arrived before it. Although, let's say, okay, here's the other thing. And I know a lot of people probably know this, and I actually knew better, but this is just how I operate sometimes, that it looks so pretty, I didn't want to mess with it. That it really needed to be taped up like
Oh,
duct
yeah.
tape and
I know where you're going.
whatnot. Because part of the reason that the one did not arrive in time or in a timely manner is it ended up in the department of getting, bagged, and which was very nice actually. They put it in a little plastic bag, wrote a letter that said, "Hey, this happened before it, hit the UK," which is pretty funny. We all chuckled about that. They're like, "Hey, just
We didn't
want
do
you
it."
to know this was not our fault. That's not how we handle mail." I just thought that was really funny.
I think it got chewed up by one of those conveyor belt things.
Oh,
because-
I'm sure. Well, and the thing is I used the really pretty gold envelopes here, and I'll show you one of those. So when mailing with these, they are beautiful and wonderful. They are not meant for long distance travel. I'm not even sure they're...
You have to tape it has a little gooey thing you lick on the back, but that doesn't work.
No. Like
Piddly.
along these edges here, I'll show you. This is probably, the more it gets bent and moved about, see,
Yeah.
that's what happens.
It's-
So, when mailing with these, as pretty as they are, they must be taped up. I have done that. And, yeah. So, hopefully, the rest of them will arrive happy and not mangled and not bagged and tagged and with an apology letter saying, "Hey, this was not our fault."
There you go.
So this was our first one that arrived. We're very excited. And this is from one of our Facebook groups, and they put out a notice saying, "Hey, we're going to try to do a little circle journal thing." And we popped in and said, "Yeah, that sounds fun."
That was before we knew how much it cost
Yeah,
to
that was
send
before.
things.
Yeah. Although I'm really happy that we did this. It's been fun and awesome. But Louise was the one who sent this. It's so pretty. And she did such cool things with, this is like the heat embossed powder stuff, I would assume. And a stamp. And there's a little pocket there, and then that's where the little, and I almost thought that was, when I did the little video thing that I do for things, I thought that was I kept poking at it, and I was like, I probably should just leave that alone. And then the little mothy thing. Oh, it's starting to kind of lift up. See, I was poking at him too. I should probably stop poking at things. But a really cool page. Lots of different color things happening. Stamps, shiny bits, some little a journey for the soul. Don't we all need that?
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
That's
right.
what we do.
That's what we do. And super cute little envelope. She said that she wanted to even put a little thing on there, which was cool. And more little stamps.
Well, we'll definitely save that and use that.
Oh, yeah.
I can see lots of...
Oh, so that'll transition well. So when we get things, Robin, you're just going to have to hold off. We're going to get to your stuff, I promise. Because I want to do that very last because I'm going to transition into using some of the little things. Because there's some things that I want to put in my... I'm calling this my snowflake journal, by the way. 'Cause it's very... The snowflake
Can
is
can I modeling paste a snowflake?
Yes. In my journal.
You'll let
can.
me do that?
I will.
Okay.
Or you may want to do it on a separate piece since this is already kind of put together, and then we'll glue it in. That probably would work better.
I want to do it over that holographic piece.
Oh, well, yeah, then you have to do it in here. Okay, well, we'll get to that. Sorry.
Okay.
We're getting...
That'll
a
be the
little-
very last thing because we won't be able to close it for a while because it'll be smushy.
Although we could bust that with the hairdryer thing.
Oh, please.
I know. Well, I don't
All
even
of
know
you
if I have a
comment
plug.
down there. How many of you love the hairdryer? I really like the people that are respectful enough that they turn the sound off.
Right, but that's why I don't think
I
it's
just think
it's not a
that's so
tool.
sweet of them to do that.
Yeah, it's not a tool you want to use in a live.
No, but it has been.
Okay, here, and I'm going to digress while showing you guys kind of what I do when we get other happy mail from people, or I have started doing, because I'm like, we're getting a lot of cool things, and then I want to, A, remember who sent it, and B, have a cute little place to keep it, and some of the stuff, like, I just want to keep it, because it's really cool, just as is, and I don't, want to mess with that. So this is kind of my... I don't know.
I need to do that.
I've done some design team things in this. It's super, super chunky. And this is also the journal that I take the pages out of because it needs that because it's getting filled up with other stuff. I met these ladies, and they are sisters. And they live in the Northeast. And they create together even though they don't live in the same place. So it's really cool. And they share a Instagram channel called Beans and Toast, which I think is funny. I don't know why I think that's funny, but it's cute. It's clever. Go check them out. They're awesome. And they make these collages that they write little stories with. I find them to be absolutely hilarious most of the time. P is still like, she doesn't get it, but we don't have the same sense of humor. And this is why.
But what I think is just, gut busting, funny as all get out. Mariah's going, oh my God,
I don't know
really?
about that. What?
Yeah, so it's just, I think that there's a place for everybody out there. We don't all have to have the same, whatever.
Sense of humor. But anyway, so one of the ladies, because they both sent us stuff. I'm not gonna name their names because I haven't really checked with them about that. But their account, their main one, I'm sure they would have no problem with me talking about. But so Beans and Toast, Marla and Sarah. That we'll just keep it to that. Sent us these lovely little. I mean, just so cute. Look at this stuff. See, that's with some stuff from Marla. And so I was like, I need to make a little journal page for this. And I may end up using these little things for something in the future other than I do really. See, I'm like a crow or a, I always say dragon.
Bust mine out. Do that on mine. I have some.
I showed you this and you didn't realize what I was doing.
I didn't know what you were doing.
See, she doesn't always like.
Well, sometimes if she hits me when I'm busy doing something else, and
Isn't that cool?
I'm one of these people that's ultra focused. Mariah is one of these people that takes in everything that is going on around her, and she's irritable when I'm just even playing like music or something.
Well, it's loud. She's our hearing is different.
That's a really nice way of saying it, Mariah.
Yes.
I just told her, I just
Isn't
love this one.
And so she sent this back to us. That's
because these are things we sent to her.
Oh, they're so wonderful. They
Oh,
make
the
these
lemons,
great postcards.
they just keep showing up, don't they?
Yes.
I just think that one's great, and I love the colors on that. And she's spot on composition. It was just so cute.
Oh, nice. See, Santa with toys. That was perfect for today.
Well, do not let Izzy see that one.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, we have to, if she sees that the mail has arrived and you want to go through it with her, you just better be ready to give some stuff up.
Yep.
Pay the toll.
The good stuff too. I mean, she's really
Yeah, she knows.
anything shiny. Kind of like a crow.
But see, and I even kept this because I love how this, and I used that there, and this was some of the napkin stuff I was working on at the time, and I'm like, oh man, it goes perfectly. See, and I built a little door. Oh, and Robin, see, look, I even used a little bit. This was from Robin, an original piece that you sent us in the first packet of lovely bits. So that was one page, and then now this I just put in there for safekeeping. I don't know if anybody, when we did our doodle bombs, I need to build kind of a page.
You need to give, that's mine.
Well, I know, but it ended up over here, so I just tucked it away so it'd be safe, and not get crunched up. Plus, it does look kind of cool with.
Well, at least we can find it. I might be able.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I did with all my little envelopes. I left everything in their original envelope, so I knew where they're from.
One of the cool things that Sarah was a part of was this project where they go and pick up all the plastic up off of the beach. And so she made, I mean, that's my understanding of this postcard. She was part of making this postcard happen. And they love little postcards. Yeah, as a year of plastic.
I thought that was very cool.
And she is the Studio by the Sea.
Did you give these people a heads up on That you
No.
were gonna. Oh, that would have been good.
It probably would have been good. I'm getting, some days we don't always know what we're doing until the night before.
Yeah, and this
I'm
has
just
been.
being honest.
I've been kind of under the weather, so I haven't been very supportive here lately.
Yeah, I wasn't even sure that we were going to be doing anything or whatever. Look at that.
Ooh.
Hey, you gave this to me. Don't even.
Ooh.
See when she makes that sound, that means she's going to come take something from you.
I'm kind of like Izzy. You want to be careful what you're busting
Yeah,
out in my
I
presence.
really, this does make me nervous. And then we had
They're strong on so many levels.
Um,
Ooh.
Amelia Twan. She's on Instagram. She is one of the most amazing stampers I know of. Now, where did I open it up? There we go. Okay. Not sure why it has stuck back together. And so there. That's her. That's where you can find her on Instagram. Makes seriously amazing cards and stamps, and I mean she's spot on. Look at that. Aren't those amazing? I'll even leave my address out there. I mean, it's not like I can't find it anyway.
Yeah, seriously. I guess that's just for the voyeurs with evil intentions.
But our lovely little craft paper envelopes that you have seen us make many things with, if you are a regular on our channel, also come in very handy for this. Because see, all you have to do is I just tear it and size it down a little bit, because they're 5x7. Is that right? No, those are smaller. Those are
smaller.
4x6s.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that is where I have been putting a lot of things. Yeah, they're so wonderful. I'll be sad when we run out of those.
You need to talk about that cover.
Oh, to my journal, my journey. So this was when we very first started. We made alcohol ink. We did a lot of alcohol ink. I don't know. Pieces, little.
Yeah, just cards,
Yeah, because we were really into making cards, and we used a lot of those. In fact, this snowflake Christmas card, the original.
Yes.
All these little parts, all this was alcohol inked. As was this, I blew this up and printed it out. And I think this was on my old Canon, the really nice one. My new Canon is pretty good. It just isn't. It wasn't as nice as that one.
It also doesn't listen well.
But then I went in and did a little, bits and pieces, things that I had left over, and put it on there. And then Izzy helped with, she put stickers. But you got to watch out with her stickers, because she'll try to take them back. She's not real good at.
Yeah, it's not a forever gift.
Yeah, it's not a forever gift.
It's just, can you keep this for me for a while until I want it again?
Yeah, I want that again. All right, now let's. Well, you may want to go ahead and get out stuff. All right, so Robin has sent us some really, really, really cool things. And we love texture. And I think Robin, she purchased a texture, I think a Big Shot or one of those. We call it the winder. That's what Izzy calls it. We have the little one. I would like one of the bigger ones, but right now I don't know where I would store it. We do have a couple of embossing folders that are the bigger ones that we have to either use like a rolling pin, which you can do. So FYI, you don't have to have the machine. It's just the machine is very helpful in creating these. But so Robin sent us some of hers. Just so nice. So loving.
And we're gonna, Robin, you need to tell us what you want. If you want to,
Look at that.
receive something, we don't know what to send you because you do everything. So you gotta tell us.
she said we corrupted her. Iris, this is to getting an embossing machine for years. Well, I know, because it did seem like, even at first, my friend Christy was the one who sent us art, or actually she gave us her old one. And, like, I always thought it was cool and cute, because a lot of what you see people use it for are card makers. And that's great and all, but we make other things. And so until we were really like, hey, you know, let's try to emboss that. Let's see what that does. Oh, well, now let's ink that. Now it became part of a process versus an end result thing. And that's why it became a tool rather than just this kind of cutesy card making, you know, run it through the embosser, then be done with it. No, kind of running through the embosser is either a starting point or it's like that finishing piece to something that
Very
we have,
last.
that we have already added multiple. That's why we're mixed media artists. We aren't just crafty. We're making art, people.
This is just so, I can't find my.
I love this leaf thing. And see,
Oh, I do too. I just fell in love with that. I must know what that is because that absolutely is wonderful.
I'm sure it's one of the Tim Holtz. Is that right, Robin? Oh, Carrie's here. Okay, no problem. Catch up later. We know the deal. I love that you pop in and tell us that you checking us out and love it. No worries. Look at these beautiful. So I think what Robin did, she did a little bit of gel plate printing. Or you had, I think she already had these made. Okay, yes, Tim Holtz is the leaf, Mom.
Okay, well, I'm is it of recent vintage so I can actually...
I think so, because she just got her stuff recently. Yeah, it's a pretty cool one. Like, we could do some things. You know, one of my favorite folders is, here, I'll bring it out. And I think it's a Tim Holtz one, too. The more organic type folders are pretty cool. Yeah. This folder right here is one of my favorites, and it would go so well with that leaf. Because you can just do so much with it. It gives you great lines to cut along with. And I'll have a video coming out soon, once the journal page has arrived, that I did some pretty nifty things with this here embossing folder, if I may say so myself. I was pretty proud of that whole spread. I've been doing some cool things. I do really cool things for other people. And then it's like...
Well, that's why Mariah is really into the, like, super videoing process of everything, because it makes it a little easier to send it away to its new home.
Yes. If I didn't have that, I would be like, nah, sorry, I just, you know. If I get a video out of it, I'm like, all right, you know, I can look back and I have pictures. Hopefully Facebook will remind me, bring it up, say, hey, remember you were doing this last year? Be like, yeah, I was. That was so great.
Well, I have a sad note to interject here. I've lost the
Oh, goodness.
golden modeling paste.
Really?
I can't find it.
Is it over there in your stuff there?
No, I don't think so. I think I pretty well checked that.
Well, you got your fluffy paste from the... Because we have
Yeah.
3 different kinds. We have the U.S. Art Supply.
Yes, which has been rejarred.
Yes, it had to be rejarred because it was... it didn't travel well. Although I will say they were smart. It was bagged.
Thank
So
heaven.
obviously, I've run into that issue before, and we're like, that's one way to get around it. But
Yeah, and then the TCW light and fluffy.
is that what you used on? Okay, so
No,
this
I
was
used the golden.
it was the one that you did for the tree.
And the one that I did with this really pretty...
Because P wants to, she wants to do something with the using this as a stencil. And then, Robin, I don't know, so let us know in the comments, but Izzy, of course, I mean, I tell you what, that kid, if something comes apart, you're going to know, because she has this ability to just take things apart.
This is what I want to do. But now that we have those wonderful snowflakes,
I know, it really is.
Then I'll be able to use those
Oh, Christy's with us.
Christy,
Christy.
hi.
Hey, we're talking about the embossing folders. So Christy is the one who, this is my best friend since,
4th grade.
4th grade. She's always been there. Hooked me up with her little cuddle bug and many of the folders. See, look, Christy, this is one that she gave me. I can't believe you gave me this one. Or, well, they're on loan. Let's say that. Because they are hers. And if she wants them back, she can have them. There might be a few of them that she might not get back.
Oh, she's only going to be here for a minute. Well, you can watch the rest of it later.
Oh, well, that was Carrie.
No, Christy just said that.
Oh. Oh, man, I got a lag. Yours came through a lot faster. Oh, well, no problem. Well, we're glad you're here. Hey, leave your stream running.
So it looks good on the whatever.
Yeah, it gives us some watch time, if you can. If you want to leave your laptop open and let the stream run, that would be super. Really helps our...
She may be at work, and she's probably just checking in on her phone.
She gave a thumbs up. All right. Well, if you want to sit here and talk about, like, things that you're going to do, I will look for the other thing, the golden. Are you sure it's not, like, right here?
Pretty sure.
Yeah. So here's the tar gel and here's the modeling paste. That took me 2 seconds. Sorry, guys.
I swear I looked there.
So this tar gel stuff, we think, from the bit of reading that we did, is going to be more like the 3-dimensional Mod Podge. So that'll be a little bit different video. I would like to do that. I've been hitting the 3-dimensional pretty hard. I used it on this. I will say, one of my gripes about it is that they call it 3-dimensional. It sort of does, but it flattens out a lot. Like, it doesn't add dimension.
Well, here's an observation I have on that stuff, too. Also depends on the surface that you're putting on. If it's a slick surface to begin with, it has a tendency to ooze out.
Yeah, it just kind of...
If it's a very...
If it's paper.
It tends to stay in place much better. So you need, if you want me to, you need to go through your little book before I do that, because that should be the last thing.
Well, oh, we're going through Robin's stuff first, though.
Yes.
To figure out what we're going to put in the little book. But now we found the, all right, here.
Okay, thank you.
Hand that back over to you now that she knows where those things are. Took me 2 seconds because it was exactly where it was supposed to be on the cart. We've got a cart now. We need a warehouse. That's the next thing. A warehouse.
And then I need somebody to just,
Look at how beautiful.
File.
That's just going to go so well. I could even put that on the cover. Look at that. the part that
Izzy
peeled off.
Now that's the part I think I want to use for the...
Oh,
I don't know.
Robin's saying that one folder is sold out, or it was sold out a lot of places. So we'll have to keep an eye out. I love that. I don't know how I will be able to keep it.
Oh, the wax paper layer makes it fall right out of the die. Oh. Use it on the jelly plate, but only for one pull. Well, then maybe you should just go ahead and use it on the cover of your... I think that would be really great.
Yeah, I like that. That's really
It's
cool.
really what it needed. Thank you,
So
Robin.
I got to figure out how to glue that down properly. I might just hit points.
Well, the other thing that you might think about doing is putting it down on a big piece of that double-sided tape and then cutting around the edges.
Yeah, but then it's going to be all sticky in
Oh, yeah,
between.
that's true.
No, see what she did? She's feeling so smart. Because we watched somebody, like, if you put the double-sided tape in, so much like how you put how you use
It needs to be solid.
Yeah, well, if you put the tape on the piece prior to the die cut, then you've made a sticker, which is fantastic. But at this point, now we're talking about, all right, how are we going to glue this thing down? Which I think is going to be hitting the little points kind of throughout. And then if it shows through, which I'm guessing it's probably going to, I can hit it with glitter glue on the outside. And I think that will be pretty special. Just doop, 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 doop.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been acquiring these things around the house because I think they started out as a sticker sheet. They have some weird gooey stuff on the back. I'm not sure when that happened or how it happened or what these came off of exactly. But it's something of Izzy's. I love them. Look at them. They're little itty bitty.
You better not let her see those.
Oh, I know. She'll be...
You'll have to pop them off of there.
She'll be a little bit red in the face about that. But I figure I have found them on the floor. We've got this deal. I tell this kid that you leave it on the floor so many times, it's either going in the trash if it's trash, or I'm keeping it. So that's the deal, kid. Just this leaf thing is wonderful. We've got to.
Oh, that leaf! I just absolutely in love with the leaf.
All right, here, and I'm going to give this back to you so it doesn't. That's our example of what we're going to try to do with the heavier part of the snowflake die cut. Now, Robin, she's the one that, if any of you guys are watching any of our gel plate printing live, she's the one that's always kind of given us pointers on the glazing. And man, look at that.
That is some awesome stuff.
Some awesome stuff, and I love that. Was that a stamp, or how did you create that there, Robin? Oh, she's going to send me a she doesn't want me to, I don't think she wants me to use this. I'm going to use it, Robin. I'm going to make this happen. She says that bad things are going to happen. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I won't put it on the cover. We'll try it in one of the pages and see how things go. But yeah, these are beautiful. And I love, I don't know if it's a stamp or, that would be a really large stamp.
Are those some of the leaves that she sent us?
Well, so she had done these on the gel plate, I believe.
Yes.
Right?
That's my assumption.
But I want to know, like, where is she pulling this big, that's a pretty big pattern thing, like a stamp. It's beautiful. And then, yeah, she came through with the die cut, the Big Shot, with the little metal die cuts, and cut out these leaves and things from pieces like this.
Right.
Oh, a joggle stencil. Man, that's a fancy stencil. And man, well done. So cool. So, and she even sent us, because she knows that, like, we'll totally use this. She sent us the offcuts. Because, a lot of people would be like, well, that's weird. It's not weird for us. We love it. Mom was all over it.
Oh, I was like, oh man, that's exactly what I need.
She's like, I can do those as a rubbing, or a, she'll use these in about 20 different ways, and they'll be, well loved and well used. We did have to give up one of these.
Keep those aside because I'd like to use those in the modeling.
I'm just gonna give this to you because Izzy thinks they're pretty nifty too.
I'm putting them in a folder in one of my.
She took one.
Clear folders.
I'm gonna keep these because I'm thinking about possibly embossing some of these with some of the folders that we have. I'm so in love with this one. It's one of the 3D folders that Sizzix or Tim Holtz has. The white is a bit tricky. There we go. It's just so pretty. And I'm so in love with this one because it's similar to one that I use often. Has these cool circular. These are fun because you can even come back in and cut out the circular parts and use them individually. I did that on one of the circle journal pages. I had run it through and then cut out the parts. And so that way you can use one little 4x6 embossed sheet and spread it out through a huge spread, and you know, you get that repetition. You can do different colors in different areas. It's just a really cool way to use these embossing folders. I'm also a fan of decorative scissors, which is one of those things that a lot of people are like poo-poo on. Now, I will say, I really wish they would make decorative scissors that were a bit higher quality, because they will, I mean, recommend.
Yeah, after a while,
Yeah, so there's a lot of crafty stuff that's like kind of cutesy that if used properly, you can make some cool art stuff out of. These are so beautiful.
Now, see, I really need to put that in the same folder with the other stuff.
I see, this is how she's acquiring things, and
Well, then we'll know where they are.
that's probably true. And this needs to be in my, kind of feel like that should be in there too. I can even do a little bit of inking on that if you guys are interested in watching some of that. Chime in, let us know, because I can ink that up, and so I can recreate sort of this situation. Why don't we just do that real quick? And see, she gave it to me. All right, I'm just gonna hand all that over, and then there's even more, even more.
Oh, I just
Another
love
snowflake. Ooh, I'm gonna put that little piece there. And I'm gonna leave that for P to use on her thing. But so cool. And you could just see, even with what Robin did, I think with maybe just 2 or 3, like 2 different die cuts, I believe, or sets probably, and 2 different embossing folders. She's made a ton of ephemera that is just unique and cool, and we're sure happy to be recipients of.
We certainly are.
All right, let me see if I can get, because I don't think I recorded this, or if I did, man, trying to keep up with the videos.
Well, here's this one little tag, Mariah, will be really sweet with your journal too, and you might want to, since it does have that foiled back.
Oh.
Look.
Okay.
Oh,
hello. Yes. All right.
You missed the... What is it?
You missed the gas cut out of the coffee bags.
Oh!
I think P
She just looked at one side.
Oh.
And then look at these little, look at these teeny tiny cute little things. See, you didn't see them because you just looked at this front side, Mariah.
Oh. See, I'm glad we're doing this, Robin.
Gosh.
Well, I mean, we eventually would have poured them out and...
Tell Robin I need the green one for my
keeping.
flower journal that's in a bag.
Yeah, these are lovely.
Oh, and
Lovely.
that texture of that leaf thing.
I know, it almost feels real. As far as like the
details on it are just really stunning. I'm
very impressed with that.
I love these little teeny tiny tags.
All right, I'm going to pass this back so you can put it back in the little folder.
Okay.
So we don't lose them, especially if Izzy sees those. She'll be all over that.
Oh my gosh, look at those little beauties.
And I'm going to try to ink this. And I love this.
Ask Robin what she used on this side.
That's a coffee bean bag, right?
The brownish one?
Yeah, the tag.
Oh.
That's what she was saying.
Coffee bean bag. Okay, well, I kind of stopped at coffee and thought it was one of those dying things.
This is why it takes 2 of us, people.
Truly.
Look at that. See, and that looks so cute. And I've just been adding... Alright, well, we'll go through this. This is the one that we made last week. And I've been adding things. So I added the little belly bandy... Is it a belly band if it goes this way?
If you're shoving things through it, it's a belly.
Okay, well, that's
my feeling.
Yeah. And then this was some leftover parts from labels that I've been making for the circle journals, and so they work as stickers. They are crack and peel, although I didn't, of course, didn't hit on a line, so they're more like just peel if you're lucky.
No cracky.
Yeah, and then this little bit is some of the Yupo from our
Oh, seriously?
stencils. Yeah,
I need to make my page bigger.
see. So that's the
But then I use...
the little cutout. Actually, I think this is from the smaller set of stuff.
Okay.
Although that's probably about right, maybe. I
Oh,
don't know.
that's my gel print.
Yeah, and I thought it went really well at the beginning here. I might glue it into the page, but I like, the problem is that it's a bit too big, so even for the little book, but I like that it sort of peeks out over here. I mean, that's eventually going to get rubbed off or whatever, but, you know, it's part of the deal.
Yeah, it's a Zen thing.
Yeah, it's a Zen thing. Ooh, I like that at the very beginning. That's super cute, isn't it? Look at that.
Oh, yes.
All right, well, let's just glue that down. So this is how I
And
do
I
things.
love it with that color of snowflake. But now you might want to just wait a minute because you need something underneath it to make it really pop.
Oh, all right.
I think you should hold off on that.
All right, I'm going to hold off. But that's probably where that's going to end up. I should do some little marker work and stuff behind it. Maybe a little bit back here. But that's where I want that. For sure. I'm going to put it in my little... There we go. So this was an offcut because we have a little stamper.
Yeah, squeezer.
Stamper? Not
No,
stamper.
it's not a stamper.
Dang it.
It cuts and doesn't stamp.
Punch. There we go.
Punch.
I'm going to have some coffee.
Paper.
My brain not working.
Paper punch.
So P got me this. And it's washi tape that you can color. It's pretty nifty stuff. And again, didn't want to bring it out in front of Izzy because she's like, ooh.
She's hard on the tape.
She is terrible. And she does not respect the... she just uses things. And then this was just another little piece out of my scrap pile. I was like, man, that really looks cool. I know it wasn't colorful, but it's kind of nice to have that little bit of break. And plus, I will color this in probably at some point in time. I like this little journal for in the evenings, and since P's been not feeling well, it's been a fun little thing that I can just plop all my things that, you know, like that I find from Izzy or scraps, and this is a piece off of, it's coming up. So again, I don't usually throw much away. This was the other end that just didn't get, embossed, because this is from an embossing folder. And then this is mac and cheese packet. But then I just used, again, offcuts. I didn't like the color because it was sort of this, do I have a piece of that left? It was very minty. And in the beginning I thought it was going to be good, but after a while I was like, that's just not really quite the right color. I just came in with some spray, colored it up. Actually, this one I think is some of the Delusions shimmer spray. Probably, yeah. The vibrant turquoise. Came in there, rubbed it in, and this is the PM Art Studio Color Mist. Although it does not mist anymore, the things get clogged up with the mica. After a while, they just don't do well with the spray stuff.
Well, and I'm telling you what, that stuff, can you see that it's on Mariah's paper under her right arm? Isn't that the same color right there? Pick your arm up.
No, that's, well, probably, because it's
I'm
a
going
mix.
to tell you, that stuff is lethal. And it
spreads.
It's airborne.
Yeah. You really would have.
I actually made a whole little thing out of a box to keep it from a spray booth to keep it from floating away. And
yeah.
I mean, once I had my whole
But it doesn't spray anymore now, so
mouse.
it's okay.
Oh, it is.
That's why I blopped.
Hey, if you soak those things in alcohol
I
for a
know,
little bit, they'll come back on you.
And some people are really good about just keeping up with their stuff and keeping it clean, and I'm just not one of those people, so it's fine. I get around it. It's okay. Made that little pocket thing. So this was slid through, and I think that when I made the book, I had slid those in, or maybe I came back in later. I can't remember. But these were just some little offcut pieces that I had from the purple paper set that I still haven't done anything with. More washi tape. Some of the ribbon that Izzy gave me that she told me that I needed in my journal. I did not, that was not an authorized use of sticker. I took this straight from the sheet, but I loved it because it's got a little lava lamp with hearts. Can you see it? It went perfectly with my very girly, snowflakey, happy, yeah, peace sign over there. Alright, and then I came in with some of the acrylic Chocola markers. You can barely see it. I think it'll be cool.
I can't see it at all.
Yeah, I have some ideas about doing some alcohol ink marker work over here, and I think that'll actually come up or do something cool.
You know, you might need to be careful with that because it may go through.
Well, yeah, so I have noticed that, like, whenever Carrie, although I have my ribbon on this side, but that's fine. This is kind of like my, it'll be interesting. You're going to have to do a lot of problem solving with things already being down. This is the problem solving journal.
That didn't work.
Keeps things interesting. You got to think about, oh, well, I have a backside that, you know, probably need to take into consideration what's happening over here is definitely going to be happening over here somehow, some way, because this is that craft paper that we have off of the roll. Just some,
yeah, it's
you know,
very porous.
It's very porous, which sometimes is awesome, and that's one of the reasons we love it, but I think it could present some interesting things that one would want to take into consideration. But I am going to do that with some markers. I'll fade it down, and what would be cool is if I do it with if I do it kind of a rainbow thing, and I used to do this on my cards, how I do the gradient, and then it'll match up if I try to kind of keep the same color.
Oh, sequence,
then that will be very cool. Now what will probably happen at that point, because it's alcohol ink, it will pop off the sticker, and so I'll have to glue that back down. That's just my...
And it'll probably mess up your ribbon. You'll have to replace it, but that's okay. We do have some more of that.
Well, I can tuck something underneath, too.
That's true.
See, I'll do, you know, something of that nature.
Or we could use one of our marvelous products that we've got over there and paint the backside.
Oh, could do a little different, like the clear gesso or something.
Yeah.
That certainly would hold it more to this page.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're still going to see it come through.
Oh yeah, it will fade through and be on the back side of it, but at least it's not going to be mucking up your other page side.
Yeah.
I mean, not that page side, but the one behind it, because it does travel.
It does. This stuff very porous, as we were saying. This was a tag that actually it's 2 tags glued together, and then I chopped it off, but I left a little bit down there, so there's some texture. And I used my decorative scissors. Stickers from Izzy. Little bits of yarn and such that was left over. Now this is the thing that P wants to
Do the modeling paste on.
which, yeah, that's going to be pretty darn cool.
I mean, is that not going to be just absolutely wonderful?
And my friend Christy that was here earlier,
we have a whole bunch of those. Where are they?
they're in that box. It says silver discs and 8-ounce jars. I labeled the box, people. I labeled it for her in large blueprint.
I know, that holographic stuff is awesome. Hey, Robin, you want some of that?
Oh, yeah, Robin, if you want some of this, let us know.
Yeah, holler out. We've got circles of it.
Yeah, and we haven't embossed any of this. Why haven't we embossed any of this?
I'm sure I don't know. I'm not the winder.
That is true.
I gel print with that shoulder, and I'm very careful about what I expose it to. That winder just...
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. All right, so that's what we're going to do here in a little bit. Just make it through here. Here's the leftover bits, again, from that same piece of paper. This is one sheet of paper that was used I have some blank pages. Again, I confiscated some stickers from my daughter. She's got great stickers, and she really just does not use them wisely at all. It breaks my heart sometimes.
You'll have to show 'em my book.
Oh, she stickered up the couch last night.
Here's the one that she either gave me or
yeah,
I confiscated.
Yeah, and then she looks at this book and says, I want this back. But see all the stickers she has given Gigi? A majority of them. Not all of them, but...
Turn it over.
Yeah. This kid is not without stickers, that's for sure. And some of them have to be glued on. Because
yes, they've lost their
that's
stick.
sometimes when she'll give them to you. It's when the sticky doesn't work anymore. Because she likes to move them about. It's kind of like container gardening.
I've got him back now. Here's the. He showed up in the laundry, I think.
Appropriate. We had the. What happened? It was
the H. Yeah.
the craft store.
It was in the junk bin right before you walk out the door.
The clearance, because somebody had stolen.
Baby Jesus. All was left was Mary Joseph and the Wise Men.
That's right, and an angel.
And a camel.
And a sheep.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about sheep is really cute.
Yeah. Oh, well, the sheep's long gone. I mean, that poor thing, it traveled around to so many things. But, yeah, we've got a... Is this one of the wise men? I would assume so, with the crown, right?
I think so.
Okay. Anyway, so, yeah, they were super cute.
But it's stuck to my table.
Yeah, and all of our furniture is stickered somewhere. In case people wanted to know. Ooh! This thing, it like took forever to dry. Pretty pleased with how that turned out. See, I haven't glued it down or done anything with it yet.
You need some little playing cards in your journal too.
Ooh, well, and I have. So I bought this set of multiple sets of playing cards because they're so pretty on the back side. I still have yet to use one. I did. Here, look. Oh, aren't those beautiful? And they're all different colors. And let us know, hey Robin, if you want some of those.
Yeah, so you don't have to buy a case.
Yeah. Let us know. And let me know in what color. Because here, I'll show you the box. Because I have pinks and greens. Now, and I'm not giving up any face cards.
Oh, Christy's back. She says, love, love.
She's getting ready. So she's listening and...
Oh, she's listening in and then she just pops in.
Yeah.
Stickers the couch. Yes, she stickers the couch.
She
stickers me. And and then I go to bed.
She thinks it's hilarious. Like, you got to watch yourself. Like, if you're going out in public, you might have stickers on you.
And I end up with stickers in my bed.
Yeah, so let us know in the chat, like, if you are watching or whatever, if you want some of these and a little swappy word or whatever, comment in the chat and then message us either Facebook, Instagram, email, whatever. Our information is in the description. And we would love to swap with you. Because this is what the Happy Mail is all about. Like, I mean, this is why we have all this stuff from Robin and then other people. And then we put it in our journals. And then we, like, obviously I have a few playing cards. And they're really nifty. See, they have, like I said, though, I'm not giving up any face cards.
She won't even let me have the face card. I have to sneak them out.
I still don't know what I'm doing with them, but someday I have, I figure as the purchaser of the cards, I get to say that. All right.
I don't know. I love them. Cards would be cool. What color, Robin?
Yeah, there's like some dark greens and dark blues, or do you want more of the pinks and stuff? Just let us know. So yeah, I think I'll have to do another little side pocket. That was kind of my problem over here, is that why I had to create the side pocket is that this was going to be too fat for what I had as far as paper was concerned. Now I could do a little shorty, although I've already put which I don't really care. That's not a big deal. So I could do it from side to side and just move my fold. And then it's a shorter piece on this side. to create the pocket for. And I'll keep this side and maybe do something, although I probably won't use the face card. This is my dilemma. Like, I just
What do you cover up?
I like the card too much. So, FYI, buy cards that you don't really like if you're going to use them to make, you know, tags or whatever.
Oh, the ones that I used were absolutely pitiful. They
Just
were
old and, you know, common.
grubby.
Yeah, I bought too pretty of a card that it's like, why would you want to cover some of that up? Now, some of it I could. I don't know. I have ideas about these, but I still am struggling with that whole deal.
Carrie says, I am in between bits. Just wanted to say, have a lovely Christmas, Mariah, Patricia, Robin, and Christy.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Carrie. You too.
Yeah. Merry
You too.
Christmas. Okay, so I'm almost through it, y'all. See, another little pocket, all the little bits. See, that was even another piece that was off of those little bits that Izzy gave me. Told me to use it for my journal. But these are stickers that I made from, again, labels off of the journal labels that we're sending out. That was another little piece. And went so well with these stickers. And they have glitter. I took the good ones. The ones with the glittery. Not all the pages had
I
the
bet
glittery.
you didn't see them before you took them.
And now, what I did here, and it was a little bit of a mistake, what I should have done with it was color my paper, then run it through the embosser.
Yeah.
This is where one can make mistakes on using something that's already embossed. So it flattened it out quite a bit. You can still see it, so it's very subtle. I'll try to get it up there, not, you know, do the weird
Wiggle.
wiggle. And get it
Slow-mo wiggle. That's good.
Snowflake. So, I don't know. It's not really showing up in the camera.
It isn't. You
So-
almost have to feel it.
Yeah, it's really it's there. It is the same. I used the same embossing folder because it had snowflakes on it. It's my snowflake journal. And leaves. And they all fall, you know. Yeah. Movement. It's all pretty. Anyway, so that's that little tag there. And it's cool because you can kind of... Oh, and then I used a little bit of string left over. Piece this together. Kind of like the pink there. That's cute. And see, then you see the blue. And, oh, this was some cool stuff I had just hanging up here. Because it's special. And I want to use it. This stuff is so cool. And it embosses really well because it has like the glitter glue on it. Anything that you can like pre-Mod Podge or pre-glitter glue.
And I did Mod Podge it because it kept...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
stuff
sheds.
Sheds badly.
I mean, I'm sure some of that glitter still... Yeah, look, it's still coming off.
Seriously.
It's been Mod Podge. Oh, well, you went pretty light, I think.
I did. Because I didn't want to add weight to the paper.
Yeah. Oh, here, this one's been... I can't remember what project we used this in. Cards.
Yeah, it was in card.
Yeah. I have some really cool cards.
And those are some of my old stamps.
Yeah,
that
this is
no longer exist.
Yeah, this is from about a year ago. Because right about this time, we were only making, like, doing alcohol ink and cards.
Yep.
And then this one was embossed with that Tim Holtz. So this is one
Turn
of our...
it over so you can see the
Oh,
other
yeah.
side.
There we go.
Because that's the alcohol ink and it goes
Yeah.
through.
Well, and maybe a little bit of... I don't think you'd done... You hadn't started brush-owing things yet. But that could be.
I don't think so. I think it's still alcohol ink.
Yeah.
I think it's from that era.
Although it's pretty amazing that if it is alcohol ink, that it's held the color as well,
Well, I
as
think
it
it's
has.
because it's been out of the light.
Maybe.
I can't believe I gave you that. That's one of the ones that I
Simmer
used.
now. See, this is what she does.
She
Anyway.
hid that. I only wanted her to use a small part of it. And Ooh, I just really love how that gold pops out at the bottom. Okay, Robin says, color embossed pieces with the jelly plate or with blender brushes so the moisture is minimized. Oh. Oh, and Jeanette's there.
Hey, Jeanette. No worries.
Hi, Jeanette. We watched your video and saw our washers.
Well, she hasn't posted it yet, I don't think. Shh.
I'm not going to say anything
She
about
is,
it, just except for the washers or the washies. Anyway, we've got a new plan for more washies.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out a better way to more mass produce them. Because let me tell you, seriously, P spent, you spent a good couple weeks just farting around with the washer business.
And but I created some lovely tags from the drip drops. Because they are alcohol ink and they have been Mod Podge, so they will hold their color.
All right, I am going to let you now. I really do want to put this down somewhere, but I'm going to wait. Like Robin said, I'm going to wait. I'm not going to do the cover with that. And I'll figure that out a little bit later. Do you want to do the pasty stuff now?
Yeah, I do. Oh, Helen Pearson Parker.
Oh,
hi
she's from our Circle Journal.
Oh, hi, Helen. I didn't recognize your name right away.
So, yeah, we're just going through fun stuff.
And we're getting ready to do some modeling paste.
Now that Mariah found it exactly where it was supposed to be.
Oh.
Have I mentioned that?
Yeah. Just, you know. What?
Okay, so
I'll hear about it.
Is this where we're gonna do it?
Okay, we're gonna do a swap off here.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, I was just thinking, I just absolutely love those little remnants. They're what is it, Rob? Wax paper things.
Yeah, it's a wax paper.
And I'm just thinking, I don't know how you could, if you would actually sandwich them between some more wax paper and then iron them.
You are making things way more difficult than they need to be. I'm just gonna, spot glue them down or something. I could Mod Podge them down.
You could Mod Podge them.
And that would be really interesting. Because it's going to create some texture. And what I may do is use some color sprays on them.
After you Mod Podge?
No, before.
Well, it's wax paper. I don't think it's going to really, it's just going to roll off.
Do you think so?
I think so. I don't know. I might be surprised about that.
Well, let's do that real quick. Oh, and I was going to, because we want to do the paste thing last. Yes. Absolutely last.
Very last, because it's going to have to remain open.
I'm going to ink this the way that I inked this.
And I'll be right back.
And what I used was stonewashed. And the funny thing is how I ended up with the yellow in there is that I have accidentally swapped out the tops. So there is yellow. The yellow top is on the pink. So I'm just going to leave that. If that happens again, awesome. If not, oh well. Then I used a bit of the Blanco Jacquard, I believe it was, because I couldn't get the cap off of the other one. Let me tell you, that stuff, man, for whatever reason, the white really, I can't get the cap off a snow cap. that needs some attention. I think if we soak it, it'll happen, but not enough time in the day for that business. And a bit of pool. So, going to just and I love how it just goes in the little grooves there. That's awesome. That is really awesome. I'm going to do my pink perhaps last. She's so glad I'm inking this.
What?
Robin, she's happy I'm inking the leaf, the yogurt top.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to Mod Podge this white leaf thing. Because I think if you did anything to it before you did, you'd lose this beautiful embossing.
Yeah.
Don't you think so?
Yes. I feel positive about that because that's what happened to my snowflakes. Alright, now, usually what I do is just come back in and just pick up a little bit. Because you can let it dry. It just takes a bit longer. But I like it just sort of subtly hanging out there. Especially with this leaf. I mean, that is amazing. Look at that. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm. I love it.
I'm going to try a little bit of the white. I don't know that I want to get too crazy with it. It does funky things. And it's not always...
And you can't always predict what it's going to do.
Just when you think you know what's going to happen.
I like it because it kind of dulls some of the shiny.
Yeah.
And so you have some different things going on there. And you can't always come in once it's completely dry and buff off some of the top so that you get some of that.
Yeah, but this one's really great because it falls just right into the
creases.
So what P was talking about is that, like, for something like this, you could have come in and buffed off a little bit more, which, like, that actually would have probably been a good idea.
Well, while you're waiting for that to dry, do that tag up there.
Do what tag up? Oh, this one? Okay. Well, I want to move this about just a little bit because it's kind of looking chunky and certain. I just want to spread it out a little bit. Love these makeup sponges. I mean, a lot of times you can find them on sale. You go to the dollar store or whatever. We should make something with these at some point. I do save them because they end up looking really pretty. Some of them just disintegrate, though.
Yeah, I was going to say some of them have little balls of things hanging off of them. It's not fun.
Some not fun. I'm alright. I'm going to start with the pink this time. But see how, like, I was saying that we'd see if it accidentally happened again. But the reason I have yellow in this is that I put the yellow cap on the pink.
I never do anything like that.
No, never. And this one's a little bit different because I think that this is actually the back side of the embossing. So things go a little bit differently and it isn't as deep as some of the ridges and things there. I'm going to spread this about. The pink is
It is kind of...
It's trickier to...
And it's not as palsy what you really should be using.
I am not using that magenta.
Oh, come on.
I make a hot mess every time I use that business.
Oh, it's a big disappointment because the magenta... What is it? Magenta...
It's
a funny name.
Hold on.
Mary Magenta.
No, she's mixing things. That's like the mix. Mr. Huey's has Mary. And then it's the jacquard with the
hey,
chili pepper.
You need to put a little drop of this on there.
Senorita Magenta.
Senorita Magenta.
Are you sure?
Just a tiny little bit.
See, she mixes crazy things, and then it's gonna be sticky for like 2 days because she's mixed something that was like acrylic or like a water-based.
No, it's alcohol.
This is not all alcohol. Well, there's a lot of alcohol.
There's a lot of alcohol. I'm telling you, I didn't put anything else. Yeah. It'll make some lovely purples there, which you need in order to kind of tie in your cover.
Yeah, but see, with that glitter stuff, it's so weird. It just balls up and...
You need to shush it around with something that's not absorbent.
She's driving me crazy.
Okay, I'm going to just shut up.
She wants to come over here and take over.
I do.
Yeah, I'm just going to let her.
My fingers are itching.
Yeah, come here. You just do it.
I'm not going to do it.
You're better at this than I am.
I'm not going to do it.
She's better at it than I am. See, I try to spread it out and it all, like, starts to pull back in together. Why don't you come over here? I see you blinking. Come here.
Well, I'll probably do something that you won't like.
That's fine. That typically happens.
Well, the one nice thing is we can always gesso over it.
I love what's happening. I really would like some more of that. And just remember, this doesn't spray, or you're going to have to use your,
Oh, I'm not going to use a spray.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't use spray, is what I'm saying.
Well, I think it's
But you need a,
looking quite nice.
you need a brush, I think.
Very well. Because I think what's happened is this sucks it up. And the brush will move it around. Our 3-bristle brush here.
All right, I'm going to
Kind of trying to follow the outline of the shape here to reinforce the embossing.
And Helen's saying she's hoping to make our page at the weekend. Texture, ooh, is on her mind. Awesome. Love that, Helen. I hope you're still here in the chat. Now that P's taking over. And all right, stop leaning in your head there, lady.
Well, you know, this glossy stuff.
I know, it's tricky.
Is very tricky because you don't really know. And I think if you just kind of leave that alone for a bit and kind of let it...
Oh, it looks really great on camera. I think it actually looks better on camera.
Yeah, I'm not too impressed with it in real life, but I love this little turquoise washer here, Robin. I'm admiring that. And I wanted to ask you what kind of paper you used for the gel prints that have the glaze on them.
Oh, so she's saying that the tag is like a mylar, and so water-based media. I mean, I think we could probably use whatever because we're going to Mod Podge it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm using some Baja.
No,
May not be the right thing to do.
It isn't, because that blue
Mariah
is blue.
says it's not the right thing to do, but I think I can handle it.
Yeah, she can fix color a lot better than I can.
Bring it into where it needs to be. You got to kind of move along on this because it does goo up and dry up.
Well, and you could move the tag down a bit so that way you don't have to lean your head in. You can bring it more towards you.
Okay.
There you go. Then that way you don't have to lean your head in.
Okay, thank you, Mariah.
You're very welcome. See, I'm a better director.
You never just want to put one color in one place. You want to string it around and you want to make it happen in other places.
Now, I'm a huge fan of the picking. Especially with the alcohol inks. I love making those little...
a slinger and a
musher about.
Musher about.
Did that have sparkle in it? What is that? Or is that more of the Baja?
This is more of the Baja, and I really...
You need a... Here.
I need one of my lids.
Here.
Or that. That'll work. You can control it better. You know, if you're dripping... Dripping is good if you're using a very large...
Yeah.
Piece of paper, but...
For the smaller work, this little tiny
I'm
brushes.
Hoping that this is going to... I know I'm turquoising the crap out of this. But... One nice thing about alcohol ink, it dries fast.
Yes, that was one of the things that we really enjoyed about it.
Yeah.
Because Izzy was like 2. And let me tell you, like, you need things to be quick.
Yes, you do. And you need them to...
Crafting when a toddler is in your life, I think it's different than having any luxury of being able to let things dry, leave things about. Because, like, you can't leave anything, especially if it's shiny.
Lying about. No. All right, now what I'm doing is I know that seems crazy, but I'm just taking off.
All right, Helen. So really quick, this stuff that we're working on right now actually came from Robin. So she was saying that the tag that she made, and it's a pretty nifty little technique that she does, is anything mylar. She then glues down to, like, I think she was saying the 110 pound, which I don't know what that would be, GSM. I'm trying to figure out. I need a little chart. I'm gonna do a chart. Love charts. But a little heavier cardstock. She glues it to that, then runs it through the embossing folder. And so that's why it's so shiny and lovely on that one side, and then is the cardstock on the other. Now, one of the things that we do often, and that was one of the ones that Robin sent us, was a little yogurt top, because they work so well to ink on and everything, because they really take the metal it's a very cool effect. And basically you want to make sure though, once you are done with it, that you're sealing it somehow, whether it is with Mod Podge. The ones that I've been actually doing for the circle journal stuff, we have started sealing those with the clear gesso, because it doesn't make it shiny. I wanted, a more matte effect. So depending on kind of what you want, you can use those different mediums. All right, hey, you got to back off because we're focusing in on your hair, not the...
Thank you.
Yep. There we go. So yeah, anything metal-like that is thin that you can run through the embosser is great. And like Robin, she's the one that, really drove it home, that if you put that backer cardstock on it, that's really the way to go to help hold, especially like with the metal stuff.
And don't be shy with your glue.
And then on the paper things, the key is to a lot of times do the technique, like, whatever mixed media stuff that you're going to do to it, then run it through the embosser, because anything wet is going to flatten out your embossing. So hopefully that was a lot of good information.
Okay, now, I just put this over here for, if you think that your chroma is too high, you don't like it because it's just, it's too intense, then you have some options here. And you can either come in with the white and take it out, or you can come in with your alcohol ink, your straight alcohol, and give it a wipe down. What do you? I'm letting Mariah decide, because if she likes it like this, that's great. If she doesn't,
I think it's going to be fine like that.
And we did discover with this one that you do lose some of the intensity once you add the
three-dimensional Mod Podge.
Three-dimensional Mod Podge. So she's saying that's going to be okay. If she says it's okay, I'm okay. I'll go wash the brush in this, and you can carry on.
Oh, awesome! So Helen says she just has a roll of metal tape that she got from a hardware store, and she won some alcohol inks the other day. So she will be playing with that this weekend. Awesome! Hey, be sure to tag us, show us the pictures. We love to share it. All of that. I mean, we love our little group of people.
Hey, I have some of that tape that you had, the mylar tape.
Well, that's not tape, that's sticker.
Have you ever tried that? Have we tried that?
I don't think that we have, because we just found it again the other day.
Well, we might want to try some of that.
Yeah.
I don't know that would, I don't know. I worry about the alcohol ink because it will take it's alcohol. It removes the goo.
Oh, awesome. She says we may get to see it in real life.
Ooh.
She might be putting that on our page.
Ooh.
All right. I like it, Helen. So, all right. We're going to we have to let it dry fully, and then we can seal that however.
I love this side too.
Yeah, that's got to go in the little book.
It's absolutely perfect
for the little book, and I'll make a pocket for it.
And then we're kind of looking at this over here.
Yeah, what's happening with that guy? I lost my pink. The pink just...
Yeah. You just... Senorita Magenta.
I can't do Senorita. So if you want to add Senorita, you
I'm
go
going to add
for
a
it.
little Senorita here.
Senorita scares me.
Well,
She's very strong.
I still have a little. I still have a
That's
little.
Senorita.
I have a little bit of her lurking about in the bottom of my ball hair, and you don't need much.
Well, we really hadn't planned on this turning into, an alcohol ink session, but it is something that we haven't really played with much
Yeah.
lately.
haven't.
And it is super fun to do with the metal or the foil. So, one of the other great things is the mac and cheese packets. Now, one of the things, like Robin was saying, with the mac and cheese packet, you definitely want to back it with something.
It's pretty flimsy.
It's pretty flimsy. Now, what I like to do if I'm using it for a tag, so for instance, how I made the snowflake tag there a minute ago, or the one that we're kind of trying to reproduce, I like this. I like to emboss it and then back it so it's flat on the back, and then you only have the embossing on this side. So there's a couple ways you can do it depending on what your final, what you want to achieve with it.
Yeah.
But you definitely want to back it with something at some point, because it's so flimsy it won't hold up after time. But I would say the mac and cheese packets are some of my favorite surfaces.
They really are. I don't know exactly.
Well, because it's somewhere in between paper and the foil. The hard part about the foil, the more foil,
Just want to get
the thicker
more
foil
spread
stuff,
on that.
is that whenever you're using it on something, it gets a little bit, well, you're going to rub off edges, even if you have it sealed. It's just because of the nature of it. It's metal, it's going to kind of crack and it peels off. So depending on those edges, but in some cases, that's a really nifty effect.
Yeah, it may be desirable.
Yeah.
But you should know it's an option, not a...
Yeah.
Okay, now what are you thinking about?
I love that. See, she's so much better than I am.
Well, I've only been, doing that for about 20 years longer than you have, so...
She understands color better than I do. I have no...
Well, when I learned about color was when I was doing batiks and layering colors. That is a whole... Now look, see, those can go together. They can marry.
They're friends.
They're friends. Now, I'm just going to take down, because I don't... Senorita, she's dancing a little loudly. We're going to have to... And what's kind of nice is when you use your alcohol, that's what I love about alcoholing. You get that nice little, where it goes out into the other color, haloing. Okay, now see, that's nice. So you've got some darker down here, you've got some lighter up here, nice variation.
All right, we gotta kind of wrap this up a little bit. Let's do this pasting. And then next week, what we'll do is we'll kind of recap back over to like what we've done with this stuff and show how the paste has turned out on our snowflake. Because I have some meetings that I have to, my real job stuff. And so I think we have about 30 minutes.
Okay, this is going to take me 5. All right, now I'm just thinking about this in relationship to the shape that's on here. This holographic stuff is really hard to...
Yeah, it is.
It's a whip. Well, I'll let Mariah talk to you a minute while I grab my necessary products that I need.
Do you want me to sort of tape that down?
That might be a really good idea.
I'm going to do that. Because I like this. I like this pointing sort of into there. We're big on placement.
Well, and this is one of those things that you don't decide after you've...
No, not really.
Gee, I wish I'd taped that sucker down. It's kind of gliding about on me.
Yeah, and I think this should lift up. This tape does lift up off of this this paper pretty decently. It's the white craft paper, so.
Well, if it doesn't, put it on your pants a couple times and get some.
No, I think it's going to be okay. Yeah, there. Well, and that might help mask this off, too.
Oh, that's very true.
Although, I'm not against some of it bleeding over into the page here. That might be kind of interesting.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
That it won't be a disaster.
No. Now, do I need to put something
No.
behind? Well, obviously, I'm not on that side, but over here?
No.
No. Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. Cool. And you know what might be interesting to see, now that we've whipped out with the alcohol inks, is what would that do to the paste if we drop little drops into the paste?
Oh, I do not know that. I think that should be something that we do
test, not in the
test
journal.
drive. Yeah. Okay. Here's the rejarring of the U.S. Art Supply modeling paste, which I have not used, and the light and fluffy, which I'm not using today. I know the golden works because I've messed with it, so we're just staying with tried and true. This is not an experimental project here. And what's weird, see the color?
It's almost, it has a bit of a gray tone to it, which I thought was
Strange.
interesting.
And I don't know if that's the... Okay. Here we go. And this is going to be kind of tricky because I don't want to go past the...
All right.
I want to...
Stay inside your snowflake.
Stay inside my snowflake. But now here's the other thing.
You got your little pokey bits out there on this.
Hey, you know what? I'm going out over the edge because
Okay.
you're not going to see the shape of your snowflake otherwise.
I'm fine with that. Well, what we can do is try to rub off, and
Yeah, and
sort of
I don't know if that...
in a fussy cut type way. I'll come back and do the fine work.
There you go. What Mariah said.
Alright, so.
But I am trying to kind of blend it out a little bit so that it's you see the fat parts where you want to actually see the fat parts.
No, this is probably where it would be nice if I did bring out the dryer and we could probably reveal it. But
Because this is going to, I'm trying to get the rounded, repeat the rounded shape of the disc and then get the edges of the snowflake in. At least that's my plan.
Well, or you could just cover up all of the, go out to the very, very edge, and then that way the only thing that's showing through is the holographic stuff, and we can do color and other things.
Oh, you want me to do the whole disc?
Maybe, or just bring it out a little bit further, maybe make it a little less rounded and just more smushy.
Okay.
I know, watch the string.
Your strings.
Hey, again, this is the...
Your string's messing with me. I'm sure glad you taped that down.
Yeah. There we go. I'm liking that idea.
Okay.
Now we gotta figure out when the right time is to pull it up.
Oh no, right now.
Right now?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh, it is. Well, you don't want it to get stuck down.
Well, I don't want it stuck down, but I think that... Yeah, where's the tape? There you go. I was gonna say, start at the tape. And even if you rip a hole in it, it's fine. We'll work around that. Those are just, it's meant to be. Hey, and if you guys are new to the channel, please, this is a great time to just go over there, subscribe, ring the bell. We do the lives each Wednesday, and then we post the videos. Oh my God, she actually did it. Woohoo! Look at that.
You want some of that stuff, Robin?
Well, we'll send you some circles.
Okay, I'm gonna...
And Helen, I don't think we've done Helen's journal page yet, so we could maybe throw a little bit of that in there for her. So
If I mess this up, will you send us another one?
she said she was gonna send us some vellum ones.
Oh, thank you. Hey, but once this gets this modeling paste on here, it becomes a pretty substantial.
Might be using that for gel printing.
You can throw it against the wall and do some wonderful.
I think it's kind of like the stuff that how do they make those fancy decorative things on the wall, or like ceiling ornament things? Well, you know what I'm trying
remember
to say.
velvet wallpaper?
Oh yeah, you could do that. We could flock it.
Flock it. Oh, flocking. Okay, I'm gonna go clean up.
I love it when Robin says, "I would have never thought of that," because Robin thinks of a lot of things, and she's done a lot of things, and she's seen a lot of things. So that tells me that this must be something a little bit different. Awesome. Okay, guys. Like I said, I have to kind of pop off here a bit early, so I think we'll just leave it here. We'll let this dry, and we'll come back maybe to this a bit next week. We have some other ideas. We got a cool new book, too, The Art of the Fold. So that's going to be something we are going to be doing some bigger projects, doing some folding. I can even give you a little sneak peek at this thing that I have pre-folded to understand how to fold. But, so some really cool things coming up. Like, subscribe. Come back to the video too and give us some comments below. That always helps us know what you guys want to see next week or in the next process video, that sort of thing. We really appreciate you always showing up and interacting in the chat. Just makes us it fills our hearts. Merry Christmas, and we will see you guys next week.
Merry Christmas. Did I make it?